Hi everyone! So I decided to write my literature review paper on the topic of abortion. I knew I wanted to do something regarding women's health because I've always been really passionate about the subject, and it's always just been something I wanted to do eventually as a nurse. So I thought that'd be a great topic to write about. And then I also know that it's a really important conversation and it's really relevant in society today. So I thought that would be great to discuss. Also, along with that, I thought that it really hit the 4 different points that we learned about in this course, which being leadership, communication, conflict, and gender. Because people of all different genders, races, and ages are talking about abortion. It's a really important topic. A lot of people always have different things to say, different input to add, because it's a conflict. The conversation itself is a conflict because there are 2 very unique stances on it. And the way that leadership relates to it is because back in 1973 in Roe versus Wade, it was the Supreme Court's decision to grant women the constitutional right of whether they wanted to go through with an abortion or not. So the leaders of the political world have always played a big role in abortion access. For my interview, I decided to interview a nurse that I know. Her name is Shivani Bhakta. She is a labor and delivery nurse, which I thought would be perfect for this subject because she works directly with pregnant women. So I thought I would ask her a couple of important questions. I asked her if she had ever talked to a patient about abortion itself and then what her stance was on the subject. So she said that she's had 2 patients talk to her about abortion, which I thought was really great. She's only been a labor and delivery nurse for 8 months, so it was great to see that a patient felt like they could open up to a healthcare professional. She said that the 2 conversations went very similarly. They were kind of looking for a support system, someone to just talk to about whatever concerns or confusions they might had. And I thought that was really great to see that people usually kind of stick to family and friends to talk about this sensitive topic, but these 2 patients felt that they could talk to a healthcare professional and treat them as a confidant. And her personal stance on the topic was that just like having the option to go through chemotherapy or switch a medication, it's a medical decision. She thinks that abortion, whether you want one or not, it falls under the same category. It's a medical decision, and that's how it should be viewed. So I thought that was really a really mature way of looking at the subject. Usually the conversation of abortion can be very heated and emotional and just non-productive. So I think that if we are able to have a rational, level-headed conversation about it, we can learn a lot and gain different perspectives and different viewpoints, and that's just really important. One positive thing that I liked about my paper is that I found some very unique and relevant articles because the topic is so relevant. All of my articles were basically from this past year or 2, so it was great to find very distinct viewpoints and conversations in these articles. So one of my articles was just about the pro-choice side by Valerie Tarico. She talked all about the pro-choice side, so that was a fresh perspective. There was another article about the restrictions that are put on abortion access. That was by Darney et al. So that was kind of like the opposite of Tarico's viewpoint. And then the third article I found was kind of about the conversations that women who are faced with the decision whether they want to go through an abortion or not, the conversations that they have with their peers before making that decision. So that was a really different type of style to an article. That was by Chor et al. So I thought they were all very different from one another, and so my body paragraphs are very distinct. And so I thought that was really great. It gave a bunch of different viewpoints. One weakness that I feel like my paper could have definitely used a little bit of improvement on was that it had a little bit of bias towards it. I feel like because abortion is such a controversial topic, it's really hard to discuss it without formulating some sort of opinion on it and having a little bit of a bias in it. Even when I was searching for articles, all the articles I would come across would definitely have one stance that they were more in favor of that over the other, and you can always tell. So while it was still a research paper, it definitely has some bias in it. So definitely something I could have improved on. But overall, I definitely learned so much from writing about this topic, gained some new viewpoints that I had never really considered before. And I think that's what it means to educate yourselves on controversial topics. We might have opinions on it and, you know, be really firm on how we feel, but when you're having a level-headed discussion about a controversial topic, you can learn a lot and gain a different perspective that you never might have thought of before. So I really hope that other people can read this paper and learn something like I did. Thank you so much.